Hello, this is Vakar Alisha. I am a doctoral researcher at the Center for Applied Language Studies, University of Jyväskylä, Finland. In addition to that, I am also working as a lecturer in English at Merha University of Engineering and Technology, Jamshedpur, Pakistan. In continuity with the sessions on academic articles, I would like to talk about the conclusion in academic articles. So how to write conclusion part. Uh, some of the time it happened that most of the students, they really face difficulty while writing different sections, and especially the novice researchers, they really fail to draw a clear line of demarcation between different sections, and they as a result, what they do, they simply try to repeat the information in different parts. So to overcome that complexity, to overcome the repetition, we need to focus on learning about different sections of articles and thesis writing, so that we should really be able to produce well organized draft, whether for articles or uh, thesis. So while writing a conclusion, we need to refer to a very important model that is given by Swale and Feak in 2012, and they have suggested actually 5 important moves that can be helpful, that can be considered while writing a conclusion part. So move one is about background information, and it is optional. So if you are thinking about including move one in your academic articles in your conclusion part, then you have to think about putting background information there. Now, by background information, we mean that you can simply start writing. For example, the present study was conducted in a certain context that you have used for a study, and what was the aim and what was the methodology that you have used. So that can be a kind of background information, or you can just say something about a particular maybe, for example, let's say your study is about anxiety, then you can say something about anxiety as well, or it is about writing problems, or it is about otherness, or whatever issue that you have investigated. So the second move is, summarizing the results or reporting key results. That's the obligatory part. Some articles may directly begin with the findings. So, for example, you can see writers, mentioning the present study show that, okay, overall, you have to just give the big picture. The results show that, the results reveal that. These kind of expressions are always given. So in move three, what you do, move three is again obligatory, and that's about commenting on results. So in move two, you are just summarizing or reporting key results, what you have found. And then in move three, you actually comment on results. By commenting, I mean you have to just explain your results, and by explaining, we can just refer to some previous studies to compare your result studies with other ones, or you can just throw a light on your study in the light of theory or a certain paradigm that you have situated yourself within. So how does your study findings actually stand in relation to a particular theory? Because there's always a relation between the theory and the empirical study. So you have to establish a kind of that relation in your study in move three. And then move four is about stating the limitation of your study, and definitely limitations are always part, but according to Swells, that can be the part of, that can be the optional part in your conclusion section. And the move five is again optional, that you can think about it, making recommendation for future research. That is, so what is next, for example, if you have carried out a study, now what further can be done, what can further be done, for example. So maybe you can suggest some future directions, maybe in terms of theoretical development, or maybe in terms of conducting further empirical studies by enlarging the sample size, by using the different context. So you can always suggest some future direction in your research for to the different readers. Maybe they want to study and they want to conduct the research in the same study. So for that, again, I would really suggest that it's important to, read the conclusion, because before you write, first of all, you have to familiarize yourself with actually the format, the pattern, how something is written, and then you have to read, some samples as well. And when I say read some samples from different articles, that means they should not be read from any predatory journals, but you always have to refer to some well-established writers, okay, in your field, and then try to download some articles from well-reputed journals. For example, the journals which are like Elsewhere and then Springer, State Publications, and Taylor and Francis, Benjamin Publishing Company. So there are some big corporate journals, and they really try to publish the research, but which is really peer reviewed, and it's worth it. So you can always refer to that. That can be helpful to you. So thank you so much.